So, let's talk about memorizing the Quran. We're going to unlock two really simple but honestly super powerful techniques that are all about how your brain is already wired. These insights come from trainer Mohammed Ramadan, and trust me, if you've ever felt like you're just not making progress, this is for you. Let's get right into it.
I mean, have you ever been there? You're reading, you're repeating, you've tried all the different schedules and apps, but the verses just don't seem to lock in. It's so frustrating, right? It can make you feel like maybe you're just not cut out for this.
But here's an idea. What if the problem isn't how hard you're trying, but the method you're using? The whole idea behind this is that success isn't about just grinding it out. It's about finding a technique that actually clicks with how your brain naturally learns. And today, we're going to explore two of the most powerful ones.
All right, first up is a power you are literally using every single day, probably without even thinking about it. It's the power of your visual memory, or what we're calling the photographic eye.
So what does that even mean? Well, it's your brain's amazing ability to take a mental snapshot of things. When you're memorizing visually, you're not just remembering the words, you're actually remembering the entire picture of the page. You know, where the verses start, how they're laid out, even the specific shape of the text.
It's like Mohammed Ramadan puts it, your eye is literally acting like a camera. It just captures that image of the words and sends that picture straight to your memory. It's a really direct and incredibly powerful way to store information.
And here's the proof that this really works. A lot of people who have memorized the Quran will tell you something fascinating. If you ask them to recall a specific verse, the first thing that pops into their head isn't the words, it's the location on the page. They go, oh yeah, Surah Al-Ma'idah. That's about halfway down on the left-hand page. See? Their brain pulls up the picture first.
Okay, so how do you train this power? The advice is unbelievably simple, but you have to be strict about it. It's this. Pick one copy of the Quran, one specific edition, the same size, everything, and use only that one for your memorization, period.
So why is this so important? Well, think about it. Every time you switch to a different mushaf, even if it's just a little different, you're forcing your brain to take a brand new photograph. By sticking to just one, you reinforce the exact same mental picture over and over and over again until the location of every single verse is just locked in. It becomes automatic.
But hold on. What if you're not a super visual person? What if pictures and layouts aren't really your thing? No problem. That brings us to our second incredible tool, which shifts the focus from your eyes to your ears. Let's talk about the power of what we're calling the resonant ear. You know how you can remember the tune to a song you haven't heard in like 10 years? That's your auditory memory at work. It's the brain's knack for encoding rhythm, melody, and sound. And when it comes to the Quran, this is all about making the flow and the melody of the recitation a part of you. And just like the visual method, the key here is consistency. First, you need to choose one reciter whose style really clicks with you and stick with them. Second, and this is a really important point, take a few minutes to read a simple translation or commentary, a tafsir, before you start listening. And third, listen with your full attention. Don't just have it on in the background.
Now, the source specifically suggests reciters like Al-Minshawi, who is known for that deep feeling of reverence in his voice, or Al-Hisari, who is famous for his incredible precision. When you pick one, you're giving your brain a consistent melody to learn for the verses. And this is where the real transformation happens. When you actually understand the meaning of what you're hearing, you're not just memorizing sounds anymore. You're connecting with a message. It turns listening from a passive activity into this active, really profound experience. And that makes the verses so much easier to remember. So, we've looked at these two powers, right? Sight and sound separately. But what happens when you decide to combine them? Well, that's where you get the deepest, most solid memorization possible.
It's a pretty simple formula, but the results are huge. By getting both your visual and your auditory memory working at the same time, you're creating this two-layered memory that's way stronger and harder to forget. You're basically telling your brain, hey, pay attention to this in two different languages at once.
So here's what it looks like in practice. You sit down with that one mushaf you chose. Your eyes are locked on the page, taking that mental picture. At the exact same time, you recite the verses out loud. Not in your head, but actually speaking them, so your own ears are hearing what your eyes are seeing. This creates this incredible feedback loop that just demands your full concentration. Okay, so we've covered the photographic eye and the resonant ear, but the final piece of the puzzle, and honestly the most important one, is figuring out what this all means for your journey.
It's all about making these tools your own.
Look, the main thing to take away from all this is that these are not some super strict one-size-fits-all rules. Think of them as powerful tools in your toolbox. Maybe you find you're, 80% visual and 20% auditory, or maybe it's the other way around. The whole point is to play around with these techniques and find the unique mix that makes the Quran really come alive for you.
Because at the end of the day, these methods are about so much more than just remembering words. They're all about creating a deeper connection. So the final question to leave you with isn't just about how you're going to memorize. It's about how using these tools might completely change your relationship with the words you're holding and turn what feels like a chore into a really meaningful journey.